Hello, I'm Bose. Welcome to my channel, Learningbuildslife, and today we're going to talk about an Olympiad standard question on physics on the topic of light and reflection. I've talked about assertion reasoning type questions in my previous episodes on Scienceolympiad, episode 5 and episode 6. So you can go back and watch those episodes as a refresher to understand how to analyze correct answers in assertion reasoning type question, and also basically to understand what these questions are what they actually are. So now we can move on to our question. Assertion. Non-luminous objects cannot be visualized without the existence of luminous objects. Reason. We can discriminate between objects when they reflect light incident on them. So first we have to understand our assertion over here. Here they want to say that non-luminous objects cannot be observed without the existence of a luminous object. To understand this clearly, I'm giving you a very simple example, that is the moon. Everyone knows that the moon is a non-luminous object, so it does not produce light of its own, but it is visible because it reflects light that is incident from the sun. That is a luminous source. It produces light of its own. So the sun is a luminous source of light. So when the light becomes incident on the moon, it means it falls on the moon, it reflects it, and then it becomes visible. So our assertion is correct. Now we can move on to understanding the explanation or the reason. We can discriminate between objects when they reflect light incident on them. This is exactly what I explained with my example, and in this case they wanted to say that discriminate as to observe. We can observe the non-luminous objects only in the presence of a luminous object that makes light incident on the non-luminous object, and then by reflection of the light we can see that non-luminous object, like in the case of the moon. So our reason is correct too. So from this analysis, we can identify that both A and R are correct. So immediately we'll eliminate the option C and D. And now we have to think on which one to choose between A and B. Now we have to check whether R, that is the reason, is the correct explanation of A or not. And indeed, as per my explanation, the reason is actually R is the correct explanation of A. So our final analysis tells us that both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. So our correct option is A. I'm giving you a few moments to look at the question and the answer and think how we analyzed it so that you can enhance your concept. So now we can move on to our next question. So this is our second question on light and reflection of assertion reasoning type. Assertion. Reflection is caused by only opaque objects like plane mirror. Reason. Black surfaces don't reflect any light incident on it. So now we have to analyze again. Reflection is caused by only opaque objects like plane mirror. This is completely true because opaque objects are the only ones that don't let all light pass through, because translucent ones let some light pass through them. Therefore, this is a true statement that reflection is caused by only opaque objects like plane mirror. I'm putting a tick over here. Now onto the explanation of this statement, the reason. Reason. Black surfaces don't reflect any light incident on it. This statement is true because black surfaces, even though they are opaque, there is something special about them, is that black surfaces absorb all the light incident on them, and for white surfaces they reflect all light. So for black surfaces they don't reflect any light incident on it. This is a completely true statement. So after we have identified that both A and R are true, we can immediately exclude C and D because that has no meaning, because One of them is wrong. That is not the case over here. Now we have to focus which one to take, A or B. Now we have to check whether R has any relation with A or not. Here, their reflection is caused by only opaque objects by plane mirror. This is correct. And black surfaces don't reflect any light incident on it. This is also correct, but they are exclusively correct because in this case it's evident that R has no relation with A. That means R is not the correct explanation of A. So both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. This is our correct answer based on analysis. So I'm giving you a few moments to look at the question and the answer and think on how we identified the correct answer to sharpen your concept. Hope you enjoyed solving these problems with me, and please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.